I think of each of my albums as a marker in a long journey. This is unbelievably my 10th album as a leader or co-leader. And I think every album brings a little something different, how I'm feeling in the current climate, what's happening in the world, how the relationship is with the various band members. And to make a document like this is a very personal thing, and I'm excited to share it all with you. Kyle, Poole, Russell Hall, and I have been on the road for about 10 years, playing in New York, traveling, developing our concept. And I think one of the things that we do best is develop repertoire and play music from the 1920s, through the 40s, through the 60s, all the way up until now. We write compositions, we play music of our peers. What we really try to do is just bring our heart and soul to it and make any kind of music come alive in this time. Russell and Kyle really created rhythm section sound based on 100 years of jazz, but also other Black American music, also classical music and beyond. Their knowledge really brings this extra level of what's possible when we come together and improvise. When the pandemic hit, they were living just a couple of blocks away. Kyle would carry his drum set up to the house, up 5 floors, and we would just play. And we played and we started developing a concept even further. This music existed in Harlem as Harlem Rent Party music in the heart of the Roaring 20s. Now that we're in the Roaring 20s again, the mythology really checks out and really is meaningful to us. One of the joys of Emmett's Place was to provide a place for musicians to come and play. And there were so many musicians who hadn't played a gig in 8 months or a year who came here and got a chance to play with other musicians for the first time. And for us to be able to be catalysts for that kind of creativity and that kind of spontaneity, whether it's Joe Lovano or Sheila Jordan or Russell Malone or Godwin Louis, Tavon Pennicott, there are so many musicians, older and younger, and in our generation that we got a chance to make music with. There were 2 artists that stuck out as the heart and soul of what Emmett's Place is about. That's Patrick Bartley and Sean Jones. They come from 2 different generations and had never played together before. And I thought it would be awesome to bring together the vibes that were created in the apartment and then take that to the studio.
The music on this particular record, in my view, is steeped in the tradition of this music that we call jazz and is forward moving. When you listen to each one of these tracks, you can clearly hear that Emmett and the band are coming out of various influences, but they're also being themselves. And that's very important, and that's the best thing that we can do as musicians, and I know you're going to dig it.
For this album, Kyle's not only a drummer, but he's also a brilliant producer. And we get to showcase some of his skills, and you'll hear them on Fingerbuster as well as Uptown and Orbit. Fingerbuster is by Willie the Lion Smith. It was a piece that was originally written for solo piano. I feel a kinship to this piece because it's something that I got a chance to spend time with here during the pandemic. I had a lot of opportunity to sit and play the piano and think about how things should sound, how things should come off when we incorporate them into the trio. This is a perfect example of something that we even took a step further. Kyle Poole added some production value by recording what we recorded back to tape. And he had some of the old school sections sound like it was recorded in the 20s or 30s to tape. It's a pretty tough time in the world right now for many people. And what we try to do with our music is to heal the world one note at a time and one listener at a time. The music is so important to us, and to be able to come together and show this unity for all the things that we believe to be valuable: compassion, love, peace, joy, unity. We went into the recording studio with these values in mind and tried to put together something that would be a beautiful representation of our humanity. I'm so excited for you all to hear it.